start.
Is it ready now?
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So, um, this evening I'm introducing one of my sisters, Miss Divine Royal Oracle. Okay, that we will be doing our own psychic network and what is it we're doing? Psychic network reading counseling,
Counseling.
and also a female empowerment ministry for women.
Yes.
Okay. Now, a little bit about Princess. Go ahead. Tell them about yourself.
Well, I grew up in South Carolina. I was a head prophet of two ministries in Christendom, and I was just led to come from under that. Um, and it was not very hard because I was always tapping into the occult even when I was in there. It was just some stuff that was attracting me to it, and so I was called a witch even in there. So I'm happy about it.
Right. And when we first met, I just sensed your power right off the bat. And how we connected was via my channel. And
Yes.
you sent me some prosperity candle. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on. Haru, come close my door. You sent me some prosperity candle, and I lit the prosperity candle. Well, you told me when to light them, the optimum time, and when I did, I think um, the first candle I probably made about $7,000. Was it about $7,000? In
In
my
1 week.
right. And I was like, whoa, okay, all right. So, okay, okay. I was like, wait, she put some of her pom pom juice on there because, like,
Yes, you did.
this candle just went like crazy. And so, you know, looking to align myself with powerful women that are authentic, real, and genuine. Because in this occult community, this spiritual community, is so much parasitic, predatory energy, of taking advantage of sincere seekers. In fact, I just had a fellow, you're a Oya priestess. I'm a Oshun priestess. A fellow Oshun priestess, Nahima Hardison. Shout out Nahima. Okay, who also sent me a prosperity candle, and I made 3 grand off of that candle too. But she was saying like how she coming to me for some advice, some help for an issue she was having with her family, and how the tools, the advice I gave her really unlocked whatever was going on, and she was just really appreciative of that I was not one of these frauds out here, because I recently had a client that came and was told by a priest that I knew that she was going to die in a car accident, and she paid thousands of dollars to end that off. And of course, it was a lie,
Yes.
and so she was very happy that I was not one of the people that, was like, oh yeah, you got a curse on you and pay me thousands of dollars to get it off. Because what people don't understand, what you do when you transition, your children are going to live under that frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And we are here to help to empower and to inspire. And of course, be compensated for that. You know what I'm saying? So there's
Yes.
no need to rip people off.
Mm-mm.
And so the reason why I wanted to align myself with you was your background of being this powerful prophetess in the church. And for people who don't understand what a prophetess is, I mean, it's a divine oracle.
Mm-hmm.
Daughters of the ancient Sibyls. Okay?
Yes.
And then having that insight from spirits to where you can connect with spirit, you can hear spirit, and just to have that insight to tap in,
Yes.
you know which is
Mm-hmm.
why I wanted to
Yeah.
align myself. So tell us a bit more about being a prophetess, and what does that mean?
Okay, so in Christendom, there's what they call a fivefold ministry. And so you have first apostles, then prophets, then pastors, then evangelists, and then teachers. And so the prophet is the second from the fivefold, and they also, so it's an office.
Right.
And so you can have the gift of prophecy in any of the offices. But when you are an actual prophet or prophetess, you kind of carry a different energy. And so you pick up on people's pains, and you pick up on people's sorrows, and it's almost like a suffering ministry, because you carry and bear things that others don't want to carry or bear. And so and then when you see things, and you have to be very careful with what you utter out of your mouth, because there's a penalty for it. And so if you don't hear it, don't say it. And that's just as like an oracle or a priestess too. We don't try to say anything that is not edifying, or not going to glorify what you're trying to tell to the person, or the congregation, or just an audience. But the office of the prophet is also something that you get dreams and visions, and you get that with the gift of prophecy as well. However, and it's just a gift as well. However, it's more, how could I say it? When you actually operating and tapping into that frequency, it's a very powerful place to be. And you probably don't want to play with the Bible, because like we always say, it's one of the very, very occultic books. It's very powerful. And so when we use it, it's just, you magnetize everything to you. And then you kind of push out things away from you that you want to break. So remember, you were asking me about breaking things. That's one of the things, one of the kind of prophetesses that I would break things off of people's mind, their lifestyle, their surroundings. But you can break it for them, but they have to allow the things that you're breaking to stay on. You can't pick it back up, because you're going to bring that thing right back to you. So as a prophetess, that's one of the things that I've always done, breaking things off of people. You have to be called to that too. Because, you can get with a person, and I could just give you an example, one quick example. There was a young lady in the Christian church, and you could have seen all of the stuff that was on her. So heavy. And there used to be ministers behind me, and everywhere I would go, they would go with me. But Spirit said, tell him not to follow you. So I told them, stop. And I began to walk her around the church in a circle. And she said, you the prophet, aren't you? And I said, why you say that? She said, because I feel stuff just falling off of me. And the very next Sunday, she came back to the church to visit, and the stuff was back on her. Whatever she did from that time into then, but it was more. So I walked her outside of the ministry, because Spirit was like, don't do it inside, because you got babies in here. So children, spirits jump. And so I took her outside, and when I touched her belly, she just vomited the stuff up. It was all of the evil things that she was around in her surroundings at home. Every time she would go back home from the church, she would pick back up these spirits, like, people around her just bringing things to her. And so I told her, I said, You know how it is when you say, Goddess, do something for me, and you believe it,
Mm-hmm.
that is done? She said, yeah. I said, well, whatever you are getting broken off of you, when you leave here, you go back to it and you do the same things over and over and over again. And it's doubling every time you leave. It's doubling. So when I touched her belly and that stuff came up off of her, because like remember you were telling me something about the hands?
Yeah. Oh yes. You got
Hmm.
some hands. Mm-hmm.
When I touched her belly, I felt it. It was like whatever it was growing and it was babies inside of her, just stuff being birthed out of her. That was not going to be good. And it could be to the extent where they molest children, even as a woman, because it was deceit and it was just there's a scripture that says if like if darkness is your light, then how deep does it go? You don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you let things come back onto you, it brings stuff with them. And I told her that, and I never saw her again, to be honest.
Right.
Whatever lifestyle she was living, she went back to it, and I never saw her again. But it was broken when she left. However, that's just some of the things, even as a priest, that we do. Priestesses,
Mm-hmm.
we go in and we see things on people, and we try to get them, get the energy off of them, get them free, so that they can receive the things that the mother has for them. But it's all according to what you want.
Right. And see, that's the same thing because I used to have people come to my house that I would clean off. And Spirit told me to stop doing it because I'm going to give you an instant. One of my sisters in my circle, a fellow priestess, and it was a guy she was with that was involved in who knows what. And she came, her and another sister, and for me to clean her off. And we were on my back deck. And as I was cleaning her off, after I got done smoking her out and, feathering her down, and then I got the rattle. Because, the rattle, it's like hammer,
Yes.
breaking a glass.
Yes.
Something fell off of her and it went boom. And all three of us just jumped up.
Ooh.
That's what she was walking around with on her. And it was invisible. You could not see it. And this sister, she got locks like us. And she's into like natural eating and all of this stuff. So it's not like she looked like I've had to fight all my life. In fact, I think she's about like maybe 46, but probably looked like about 32. Okay?
Okay.
So very young looking, but it was crazy. And, there's been people in the past. I remember another sister, I brought her into my home and cleaned her off. And she was like an ex-drug addict, alcoholic. But she went back she was with a husband that was still involved in that. So every time I would clean her off, she would go and pick back up the same thing. And so whatever she had on her, and it was my fault because as I was cleaning her off, I remember it was in my bathroom. It had no windows. Usually you clean them off outside because that was the old school hoodoo priests and whatever shamans they did. They didn't clean you off in their house. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever she had on her, she was fine. And I even initiated her into Oya because I had let her study with me for a year. And when she left, whatever she had, it jumped on me. And I was deathly sick for like about a good 3 weeks until I was like, you know what? F this. I got to get this shit off of me. So this is real. So this is another thing in teaching other practitioners how to protect themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped having people. I don't even like people coming to my house for readings. On rare occasions, I will make an exception. But normally, we do it over Zoom, Skype, or phone.
Yes.
Because you never know. And see, here's the thing. In this age of Aquarius, the return of Saturn, This is about you taking the responsibility to clean all that stuff off of you.
Yes.
Because what people don't understand, even when you go to church, this is where everybody come to drop off their stuff. When you hear them talking about going to altar calls, this is why I don't step foot in the church. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much stuff in there. And
Too much.
bring it to the altar. Now, when you're in a confined environment like that, where's all that stuff gonna go? There's people in that church. There's babies. There's old people. You know what it's that energy has to go somewhere. This is why it's done outside. And
Yes.
you know, the Africans, you know, I see why, and the shamans in Mexico. I remember there was a guy, Andrew Zimmerman or something, one of these food guys that like to go around and eat. And he went to a shaman in Mexico and they cleaned him off with a possum. This is why the Africans use chickens, you know, and like West Indians clean you off with it because they take it and then they let it go. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me,
Okay.
sis?
I can hear you now, but it was like a pause.
Right. Okay. So now in moving forward, the reason why we wanted to do this female empowerment ministry is because you're a former prophet and minister in the church, and I am an ordained minister of metaphysics. And it's using the metaphysical tools to heal and to empower. And like you said, one very important thing, when this stuff has been taken off of you, you have got to leave it alone. It's
Yes.
like if you used to be a heroin addict, and anytime you do drugs, there is a person on YouTube. I won't even mention his name, but I won't even say what he does because he's really well known. But he's into the occult. But you can see all the duppies on him. You know what I'm saying? You can see all the spirits. Because what people don't understand, when you're an alcoholic, I'm not just talking about getting a drink here and there. I'm talking about being a functioning, addicted to alcohol,
Yes.
drugs, and it opens you up to spirits because
Yes.
we have light at the top of our heads.
Yes.
And when that light changes, you have beings that exist on other realms. That's like, let me jump in. And what people think are demons are not demons. They're entangled spirits. And
Yes.
there's hundreds of thousands, billions of them. And you
Yes.
have some people walking around with like 50 different spirits in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, sis.
But but sis, they really don't know what it is. They think sometimes because, you got some trickery ones,
Yeah.
and they think it's their ancestor, or they think it's, Papa Legba, or they think it's, Oshun or Oya. They really think it's them, but it's not them.
Okay, listen. I had one person was telling me that they invoked the Orisha to come and have sex with them. Not going to mention the person's name because, confidentiality is
Yes.
that's number one with us. We will never do that. But I said to this person, I said, oh no, sweetie, that ain't the Orisha. That's some other stuff. This person was convincing me that it's the Orisha, but what do I know? I only have 40 years underneath my belt, right? And
Yes.
you just now came on the path, And I'm telling you from reading, because see, we read energy.
Yes.
Energy, you can't mask energy. It's not something you can mask. It is there because it's a frequency that's around. And we can read it. We see it in vivid colors. We see red, blue, white, purple, the sickly
Yes.
yellow. Yeah. And we hear the voice behind your voice that's speaking, those spirits.
Yes.
So when you're thinking it's the Orisha, the Loa, the Nkisi, No, sweetie. No, that's not it.
She should have known you were telling her the truth that that wasn't it, because she said Oya was jealous. But the thing is, like my Oya, along with everybody Oya is undefeatable. If Oya wanted to destroy you, she would do so.
Honey,
And it,
in a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat, through wind, through storms, or you could get in your car and get into an accident, drive right off the road, something like that.
First of all, she controls the bronchial, the breath.
Yes.
Your breath will stop. You
Yes.
will just stop breathing in here. Because even one of the priestesses in my circle, that's a registered nurse, and she's a Oshun like me. But her Oshun like mine walks hand in hand with Oya.
Oh yeah.
And Oya ran down on her one day and was like, yo, you need to clean my altar. Get my shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And she called me, she was like, and I'm like, yeah, that's Oya. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so don't mistake it. It's like a certain person in also the spiritual field that's been for years, a spiritual master that when they started talking about they was invoking all these female deities and having sex, I said, oh shit, they getting ready to sit his ass down. And he was sat down shortly thereafter. You have to be careful of playing with these energies because I know, especially the younger set, it's this is not what do you call it? Them cartoon games, Naruto or
Naruto.
right. That's not that. This stuff is real. It is live. It is power
Yes.
that you are accessing.
Yes.
And if you are not trained in the art of, like, first of all, mediumship is a gift and a skill.
It's a gift.
You better be trained into that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can be born with the gift, of course. But like anything else, it must be nurtured
And cultivated.
and
Mm-hmm.
cultivated.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just, okay, I'm gonna tap into this over here and I'm gonna tap into this and I'm gonna be invoking it. I had one guy I was reading for him and he was in the 6th and 7th book of Moses doing conjuring. Every time he conjured something, a child broke a leg or they broke an arm or they got sliced up or something. So I said to him, I said, send me what it is you're conjuring in. So he sent me the sigil. I said, oh no, honey, them type of spirits ain't even friendly to kids.
No.
You have some spirits that will literally kill your children.
Yes.
Those are not spirits to be conjuring in your home.
Mm-mm.
Because
Mm-mm.
they will feed on the younger set. Some of
Yes.
them will attach themselves to you and start draining your energy and you start losing weight, looking like you got cancer, HIV, and you can go to the doctor, they can run a million tests, they will never find what's wrong
Find
with
it.
you.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
people don't understand, and this is why people like us are here. Because in this age of woke, this is about you taking back your power, but properly and safely.
Yes.
And not everybody is a medium. Not everyone is a clairvoyant. Not everyone is a reader. Because even just doing the tarot, you are accessing a portal.
That's a portal.
You got to be careful with the tarot, with the Ouija board, with even the quarry shells.
Mm-hmm.
Bones. You're throwing bones. You're accessing a portal.
It's a portal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And people, I think what they need to really realize is you have to be called to these things. Some people just want to do it because it's the fad and everybody want to be a witch and everybody want to be an oracle. But if you have not been called, then you're going to be stepping on ground that you have no idea what you may pick up and carry back home to your children, your spouse, you know, and then when stuff start happening to you, you think it's a demon, but it's you because you weren't called to that thing.
You weren't called. And see, that's the thing. Another thing. Being called as a priestess, a priest, a witch. You know what I'm saying? Prophetess. These are calling. These are not fads because now it's cool to be a witch. I want to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Now, anybody can access the spiritual realm through your natal chart, your numerology, and that what I see is people want to access the big guns, the big things.
That's what they want.
And it's like one person, I mean, it was like ridiculous, like how much things they had in their house. And I'm like, your house is gonna burn. I've seen people's houses get burnt down. You have to be careful because even me back in my younger days, I work at a hospital in Boston, and I mean my nurse manager was real racist. Oh, she was horrible. And I was about in my 20s, and I remember going in my Solomon keys, I'm gonna kill this bitch. But I was in such a state that whatever being that was on that realm or those beings, they didn't touch me. But they came in, and my husband at the time, when he got up to use the bathroom, this thing grabbed him by his neck and held him up against the wall with his feet dangling. And they went tearing up my place. The TV exploded, the microwave exploded, plates were flying out of the cupboards. I mean, the whole nine. I had to get, people in to help me to get rid of that. And even as a young child in Jamaica, going to funerals, I don't know. I was surprised when they told me Oshun was my head, because I'm like, are you sure? Because I've always spent so much time in the cemetery. But I remember going to the wake of this woman that her husband was a police officer and he murdered her and the two children. And I remember going to her wake and bending down in her coffin. I don't know why I did this. I was probably about like 11, 10. And bending down, the woman's laying there dead in her coffin, fully dressed, ready, and my nose touched hers. And I felt something go and blow against my face. And I instantly went into seizures. And they had to call the local Obia man and Obia woman to come and get that thing off of me.
Yes.
Because even as a young child, I didn't have respect for the dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so folks just got to be careful. You have to be careful because,
You have to be.
listen, a lot of folks just think because these things exist, just because you can't do it, don't mean you should do it. Because listen, you're here for your own path, your natal chart, what you're here to do. Study that, and if you need to do your prosperity rituals or whatever, if you don't have the power, then somebody else with the power can give you the tools.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you can do that. But stop stepping on ground to which you are not called. You
That's
are not
right.
experienced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And at this point, do you have any of your candles? Do you have any of your candles?
I pull out three of them.
Yes?
I don't have them dressed, but when I send it out, then I definitely dress them before I send them out.
Yep.
But I got these ones. I was gonna get some plain ones too, but this is the double action. I mean, yeah, the double fast luck.
Okay.
I got this one, and then for people like us, I have the client one. Did I send you the client one?
I think so. Hold on. I'm going to go get one.
Okay.
goddess.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom, she packed up, mama's here, and I got a whole row of candles, and she done, Michelle, can me use this space in the counter and pack up all my candles? So I was like, okay. Well, this is one of Miss Divine Oracle's candle. And it comes like this. And I'm going to take this off. You dress it with the herbs
Yes.
and the stuff in it. You understand? Right. Now, this is the one that just got burnt out. But you see a little bit of black. But we can read candles, because some people, their candle burns, they're like, oh, what's going on now? This
That was from the herbs.
right, this can mean something, but it didn't mean anything for me. Because when I lit it, the flame shot up out the thing. And it was so excited. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna crack it. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, but I was like, okay, it's sometimes the herbs.
The herbs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the herbs and stuff. And if the wick is leaning, I think sideways. Let me cover this back.
If you add a little bit of your all-purpose oil in it, like little drops,
Yep.
that'll save the herbs too from burning out.
Right. And so that's what had happened. You know what I'm saying? So tell them the type of candles that you do.
Okay, and I ran out of these, but I did send you one of these. This is the Fast Indian one.
Okay.
The Fast Indian Luck one. And then I dress color candles. Now I can get bigger ones, depending on what you're trying to accomplish as far as your prosperity. But I do dress these ones as well. And I do them as a little more, because you are putting your intentions on a whole candle, and then you have to put the herbs on the whole thing and just let it sit. And then I use different types of herbs. But for the color ones, that's for people who like to read the wax.
Right.
Around what their intentions are.
Right.
I also do love candles. I also do love sachets, prosperity sachets, and protection sachets, and oils like this. Like this is regular love oil, but I can put all-purpose oil in here too. I do prosperity oil and healing oil, and banishing one too.
Yes.
Banishing oils, but like I tell people with that one, you got to make sure you want whatever the situation is gone.
Gone. Okay.
You playing with that.
Listen. Don't get no banishing oil and want to banish your man, and then you decide you said, oh, I miss him, I want him back. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay? Because he ain't gonna never come back.
That's right.
And if he does come back because there are exceptions to the rule,
Yes.
and you get tired of him and want him gone again, he might choke you out.
He might kill you.
He might kill you. We're just because we gotta warn people, because what people don't understand, there's a lot of murder suicides here in Georgia, because
Yes.
these women go and they get these men tied up, and vice versa, and but it's mostly the men. The women getting the men tied up, and then they decide, oh, I'm sick of him, and okay, and then now you want him back, and then because even myself, I'm just gonna keep it 100. Back in the day, my younger day, I did a binding spell for me, and one of my baby daddies, and I was like, I'm tired of this Negro, I want him gone, and he was like, I ain't going nowhere. I kill you, I kill the kids, I kill the bird in the cage, I kill the cat, and I kill myself. And I was like, oh shit. I just go back and reverse this mess. So I can release him peacefully into the wild. Because I bound him to me, and I thought at that point I wanted him, you know what I'm saying? But we really did not get along. We were like oil and water. And,
Mm-hmm.
he only served a purpose to give me, the child I wanted. And, we were both young and immature any goddamn ways. And me binding him was, and when I was ready to get rid of his ass, he was like, bitch, I'll kill you. So
Wasn't ready to go.
right. So I learned my damn lesson. Okay.
Yes.
But
Oh, I learned mine too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
People in the freezer and all kind of stuff. I had to throw that thing in the pond. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
Lord, yes. And girl, I did mine with bodily fluids, and I had to go find it and unravel it.
When is she supposed to be coming? Margaret?
I don't know. I had to find it and unravel it and release him into the wild, release him back into
Yes.
the wild to be with somebody else. Take his ass off my hands.
Yes. Yes. Because that, and then see, it shows you how powerful you were because it worked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And see, the thing about it is, I'm tying back your candles because I ain't ready to use it yet. Because once you light these babies up, I'm telling you, it's just get ready because the money is coming in and you got to be, don't complain, oh, I'm so tired, oh. Just get ready. You have to be certain this is what you want. Because
Yes.
as a matter of fact, when we're finished, I'm going to do a video about this whole Saturn energy and this fire energy. Guys,
Yes.
I mean, let's talk about the downloads we've gotten from Mother about this Saturnian energy and going back to um, our original path of working with the Sabbath, the Saturn, the Mother.
Yes. Yes. I know that. And it was so funny because you just asked me the other day, you said, well, you told me, you said, I don't know if you're going back to honoring the Sabbath, but you got to start honoring the Sabbath. And the thing about that was, I just said that. I said, Mother, whatever job I get, I know I'm not going to be working on Saturdays because I'm going to start back honoring my Sabbath and not doing anything. And that's what you do with the Sabbath. You don't do anything. And you will see a difference in your atmosphere when you begin to honor
Yes.
Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that, I wanted to do the video about, um, when they took us from the Sabbath worship to Sunday, because under the Sunday sun, you can do a lot of shamalama ding dong. You can do that
Mm-hmm.
shit with Saturn. Notice they don't play with Saturn. They do
No.
it on a Sunday because you can all this stuff. You think if Eddie Long was messing around with the Sabbath, oh, he been got taken up out of here.
Oh
Matter of
yeah.
fact, him and his whole family would have got taken up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yes.
see, I want people, I can't get done honing in on the fact that Saturn is our original planet. You
Yes.
understand? Of what we should be tapping into as far as spiritual. Because once you tap into Saturn, it's going to
Yes.
right all the wrongs. Because listen, this age of Aquarius for the next 22 years, you better get down with Saturn. But see, a lot of people are going to have problems with that because this means you got to take responsibility for your shit. You are not a victim.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You are a victim when you're a child. When you're a child. Because you have
Yes.
no control over some adult molesting you, raping you, stuff. And even, like rapes and stuff, as a woman, like some man thing, you can be victimized that way. But when you stay like in I was reading for a woman and she was in a terrible relationship. And I said, but why are you putting up with this? And but I love him, but I love him. But, you are a willing participant in your own
Mm-hmm.
victimization.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you still in this situation being disrespected over and over again and being abused but I love him. Love, that's not love, sweetie.
No, it's not.
No. And
Mm-mm.
see, Saturn calls us to clean up your ish.
Yes.
This is work time. This playtime is over because you done had 2,000 years of Piscean energy of sleeping, being put to sleep and being hypnotized and giving your power to something outside of you. Now you got to go within. And this is like the garage, the hoarder that's filled to the ceiling. You're going to have to start cleaning bit by bit by bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember Ayanla Van Zandt writing a book. I can't remember if it was A Value in the Valley or In the Meantime, where she talks about cleaning up your stuff. And she did it with going from the basement to the first, second, and third floor. And then when you get to the attic and everything is clean, now you can open the window and let the air in. This is how it works. This is work.
It is work.
And some folks just think they're just going to come and light a candle and it's just going to unravel 35, 40, 50 years of mess. Oh, no, sweetie.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And this
No.
is why I've always used old school kung fu movies as a metaphor. Because if you used to watch old school kung fu movies,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and you see when you meet the kung fu master, you done got your ass kicked, and then you meet up and he's like, oh, you know, in order for you to fight the white-haired dude, you know, like Fist of the White Lotus, you have to learn the crane style, the monkey, the tiger, and you're out there practicing. And the Kung Fu Master was no nonsense. He's not feeding you. It's like, listen, if you want to overcome and be victorious, you got to practice and practice until you master your skills. See, this is about self-mastery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is like the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, self-mastery.
Self-mastery.
And a lot of people are lazy because they get, you know, and I'm going to do a video on slavery. Because I was reading the Bible, you know, and it was talking about this whole slavery business. And we started that. The Egyptians, when Moses went into Egypt and was telling them, let my people go, this was black people enslaving black people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now we're still holding on to this stuff. And while you hold on, you are trapped in the present. You can't move forward. And they're going to have you hold on to this, you know, to trigger you. I mean, can we change the narrative? Oh my God, I am so tired of the friggin' narrative. Let's move on already, because that's the only way you are going to reclaim your power.
That's the only way.
Yeah, and if you're ready to reclaim your power, then let's ride. If you ain't ready, just step aside, because we don't have time to waste with you.
Yes, because you stuck in the past and we trying to move forward. You see? Because what they don't realize is everything that happened in the past, once you free them, like, you know, when we talk about working with our ancestors and breaking some things off the bloodline, once you've done that, then they're ready to protrude forward also with you, to help you. But as long as you stuck in that past, then they're stuck there too. When they have been, you freed them.
And this is why a lot of people's ancestors are impotent to help them. How can they help you when you are stuck in the past of okay, what happened? I mean, when you look at, let's use the Chinese, for example, how successful they are.
Yes.
And they've been through a whole bunch of shit with the Japanese. They have both oppressed each other. The Chinese with the Tibetans, the Japanese with the Chinese, and vice versa. But they realize that stuff is in the past. And in order for them to have dominated the planet like they have, because when you're going in the black neighborhood, like 70% of the business is owned by Asians.
By Asians.
Why not us? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not worried about what happened to them in the past. Meanwhile, we continue to, oh, we're victims, and oh, the white man and the white man and the white. First of all, he's the infant on the planet. You taught him everything he knows. Because everything that he has done, that he is doing, You did that and even worse. They
Mm-hmm.
must not have studied their history to see the fuckery that they have
The
done.
stuff we did.
The
Mm-hmm.
stuff we did to each other. Let's take Rwanda. The Hutus and the Tutsis. Black on black.
Black on black.
So now you're gonna get mad at another race coming in and colonizing and what happened in the Congo and stuff. How did they come into Congo and like Leopold or whatever his name is? How the hell he get to come in there and conquer such a strong ass people?
The people invited him in, and then they allow him to do all of that. Mm-hmm.
So
Because they were doing it to themselves.
right, they were doing it to themselves. So at what point do we now get up off our goddamn knees and take our power back? You know what I'm saying? And as a collective, because here's the thing, humanity is messed up. This is just human stuff.
Yes.
And so we're here to help you to take your power back. And this has nothing to do with race. First of
No.
all, let's listen. I got guns in my house. You think I got guns for white guys? No. The man who raped me as a child, who sexually molested me, looked just like me. He wasn't a white man. So let's not get it twisted. This is not about race.
No.
It's about a character. You know what I'm saying? This is about, you know what I'm saying? Humanity on a whole. And now I just put up a video, I think it was today or yesterday, the fire energy.
Yes.
Fire frequency that is now. Ooh, child.
And it's strong. Like you said, now we had a lot of rain the last couple of days, but the sun was out today and it is out.
Yes.
It's that fire energy.
It's that fire energy because this time around, we are now in the 24,000 year sun cycle of the divine feminine. And mother's coming through with straight fire.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And this fire energy, a lot of people will just drop it because this is a frequency. It's either you're vibrating on the frequency or you're not. It's nothing personal, even for us.
Even for us.
Even for
Mm-hmm.
us, if we ain't vibrating. Because she told me back in 2010, nothing personal. Make sure when I roll through this bitch, you ain't caught out there. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
so
yeah.
you and I both have fire signs in Saturn. Your
Yes.
Saturn is in Leo. That's straight fire. That's the sun.
Yes.
Mine is in Aries. That's straight fire.
Yes.
So, and you know Saturn is here to teach you the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it also to confer great power.
Oh, yes.
Also to teach you the lesson. So what's up? What you
Oh,
gonna
yes.
do with this fire energy?
Saturn ain't playing. She's
Listen.
not playing. And then when you, like you said, when you learn the lesson, learn it and go forward. Don't stay stagnated. She wants to teach you a lesson. Learn it and keep moving.
And keep
Because
moving. Because it's a constant shedding of skin. It's a constant
yes,
shedding. And it's like the wheel of fortune. You're constantly going around the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Because once you learn the lesson, okay, you learned that lesson, okay, let's move on to the next lesson. We can't go back.
nope. You got to keep going forward. Because Saturn ain't. She's not going backwards.
No.
She goes forward. You know, I wanted to tell you that I found a place I rented to rent a house. I think I told you. And it's way out in the country. And it's not where I wanted. It's not where I wanted to be. And so, but it was the house that we found, big house. And I heard a spirit. She said, nobody should be able to just walk up on you. So that's why we move you out there. Because a couple of months back, me and my son, we had did a little ritual, and spirit had come through and said, there is a place we will show you. And my son said it was like in a deep voice when it spoke through me, spirit. So I was like, so I'm going around, looking around, and something said, well, go on Craigslist. Now, you know, I don't like to mess with Craigslist. There's a lot of scammers on there.
Listen, okay? Right?
But I found one, and the man, he is Hindu. He says his name is Dennis. You know, they have different names across the side. And his wife named Sheila. So I was like, Sheila, you got a black wife? So I didn't ask him though, but he was like, we just want somebody who's going to take care of the house. And I said, okay. So, you know, went in there and saw some of the stuff that needed to be done, and I got somebody in there. And then I was like, I don't know. I said, Spirit, this might be I said, y'all, this might be a scam or something. And then all of a sudden, like when I got on him, it was off of all the sites, off the market. He was trying to show me, no, this is not a scam. It was like everything was off the market so that he could show me this house is not a scam. And I sat back and I was like, Saturn, I was like, you put me in the country? I mean, I said, y'all moved me in the country. And it was because, you know, some people I have done work for before will help them and stuff. They knew exactly where I lived, and they didn't have good energies at all. And so the area where I wanted to move, and I had to move with Saturn because I was looking for a long time to move out of this apartment. And when Saturn opened the door, when it was opened, it was out in the country, but not a very nice area, real quiet. And then I said, what y'all mean that nobody should be walking up on me? Because some of those people, they don't mean you no good. And you put yourself out there for some of the people who don't mean you no good. So this is our way of showing you it's not what you wanted, but it's what we wanted for you. So when you moving along with Saturn, sometimes it's not things that you want. And Saturn will show you that's not the right way. This is not the right time. This is not the way you're going to get what you need. You got to clean this up, and you got to change your mindset. Because when you change your mindset, you change your frequency, and you don't look low. Saturn was trying to tell me time for you to look up, because I was like, oh, I'll just get a little tiny place and just to get out of here and this and that. Remember, you said if you're trying to manifest something, you better be willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Spirit is showing us now it's time for you to come up. Now, you don't see those people out there telling you they don't live in some huts with some straw, with the straw teepees and stuff like that. No, they live in the big houses. Not that we want the big house, but what Source is saying is time for you to think that the level where you are, it's time for you to look up. And that's why the doors that's opening for you are even huger than you can imagine. It's larger than you can imagine, because you've been here and you've been putting in the work for years and years and years. And Source says now it's time for you to reap all those benefits, because you've been humble.
Yes.
You've given people your last.
Yes.
You've opened the doors for people.
Yes.
You have canceled out contracts for people.
Yes.
And so Spirit is saying now it's time for you to get the benefits of that. So where you see people trying to find their way, you already did that.
Yeah.
When you see people trying to say, well, I deserve more. No, you already going to get more, because you already did that. You already walked that path, and you already suffered a lot. And so everything that you have endured, the blessings that's coming to you is on that magnitude. So I know you don't want, I know, sis, but I see millionaire status coming in your bank accounts. And it's because, you remember you said you touch people all around the world, but they're telling somebody, and they're telling somebody. And so it's like a nation. So anytime somebody tells somebody else about you, they just told a nation, because somebody else is going to tell somebody else.
Yeah, because I had a sister that came to me for a reading, and she was like a sister in like Kenya told her to come to me for a reading, and I was so honored. I was like clutching my invisible pearls, like, sister in Kenya? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's preparation.
Yeah. But you know, this come through when when you're honest, you're ethical, and you're humble. You know, because they showed me, they said, first of all, the interest rate on this side accrues very slowly. But they showed me a tap that was turned on, and they told me my stuff wasn't going to kick in till I was in my 50s anyway, like 53. I'm 53 now. I'm like, yo, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, and just helping, like all who come in our path. But like you said, moving us out the way for those who don't mean us no good.
That's it.
You know, it's like the crazy chick that her man was chasing her down the highway with a gun. And she showed up at my house 3 o'clock in the morning. And I opened the door and, praise the son, said he's going to kill me. And your ass drove to the popo, drove to the police station. You
That's
know,
right.
And see, there's a few people that know where I live. And honestly, I really don't like people knowing where I live. I really don't like people coming to my house. And I've had sisters from different states, even some of the women that are in my coven that I've met and we've studied online and stuff, and I've mentored to them, and then, you know, we met in person and we just formed this coven. You know, there's been a newer sisters that I've met from different states that have come and meet me, but really, I don't like people in my house because I don't know what type of energy and what your intentions are. And of course, I'm going to read you because there's some people, like right off the bat, I'm like, be trying to sidle up to me and, you know, like, no, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Because not only are you coming with a parasitic, frequency, but you're coming with codependency, and you're coming with the type of derangement to where, first of all, I'm not Jesus. You ain't gonna come on no touch it the hem of my garment type shit. Go sit down with that. Because remember what he told you. Greater is in you than is in the world.
Yes.
I'm here to empower you to take your own power.
That's right.
It's not about me having power. I have my own power, but this is not for you to be siphoning off and coming in. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so when you're strong, I'm strong, he's strong, she's strong as a collective. Now we can shift the frequency. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what it is. This is like building like a spiritual army. And being spiritual kung fu masters. Like I did a video. Are you a firebender, airbender, waterbender, earthbender? What kind of bender are you? Are you a spirit bender? What kind of bender are you? You need to find out. And once you find out, start cultivating that so you can sit back like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's right.
This is what it is. This is a path of the spiritual kung fu masters and the spiritual kung fu mistress.
And I tell people, you know, sometimes, remember you were talking about it, and I've been saying it to people too. You know, you have different, not realms. What you were talking about when you were saying that you got some of the Michael Jordans and you got some of the Serenas.
The Serena, Michael Jordan, the
in the realm of the spirit. So you got different, what is it called, Quan? Because you said it says, what was it?
What, different levels?
Different levels. You got different levels. And so, like I tell people, when you're trying to go up, and not up like, you know, some of them be doing some stupid stuff, but like when you are cultivating your gifts and you see your power, you got different levels of them. So when you master one level, you don't stay there. You go up and master that level. And like you said, when you're strong and you got a few people together, so you know they like to use the Bible, so it says 2 or 3 gather together. Then you can do.
I am also.
And so you can do some stuff. I tell people, why do you take rituals and stuff like that and think that it's evil or it's witchcraft or this and that? Yes, it is. But it's when you talk about the Bible and you say, take this and this is my body and drink this and this is my blood, that's a ritual too.
That's a ritual too. And see, the reason why we use the Bible, first of all, Africans wrote the Bible. Let's not get it
Yes,
twisted. That is our book. The
that's our
saints
book.
wrote the Psalms. Let's not get it twisted. And even though it has been perverted and bastardized and
Yes,
gentrified and
rewritten.
all that stuff, the reality, it is still a book of the occult. And if you know how to go, this is why the Bible resonates today. That those people that wrote the Bible, how many thousands of years ago, they saw into the future. They
Yes,
know. Just like
they
we
do.
can see into the future where this shit is going. And so when they wrote those words must manifest, but you have to have power behind it.
Yes, you have power. Like you said, Jeheka.
Yeheka. Listen, when we go to that Bible, I'm gonna get ready for read it. I'm just ready for tear off my clothes, because it's like I'm getting hot. It's like you're
Yes,
about to get the
you
Holy
get
Ghost.
hot.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't feel that, like even when you go to light a candle, and it's another, because you a Scorpio, you rule over the sexual realm, and I got a moon in Scorpio, Neptune in Scorpio. So
Look at my
we gotta,
rising
we
Scorpio.
gotta, yes, we gotta do a ritual on using the sexual energy in a ritual.
Yes.
It's like when you do these rituals, if you're a man and your scrotum don't start to tighten up, feel that, and you're a woman and your clitoris don't start to vibrate and thump, oh, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing
You ain't
nothing.
doing
You know what I'm
nothing.
saying? You got to put your sexual energy, because that's what give it that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Fire.
yeah, and this is what it is, because your whole body is a portal. They tell you about 6 chakras. It's 300 chakras in the body. There's
Yes.
portals all over the body. And once
Yes.
you go within this Kabbalah, this Kether and this Malkuth and all over, this Bina and, this so-called Hokmah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you go in there and you just activate those portals and you put it in your ritual. This is how you can, you know what I need? I want a new car. And not just the material stuff. Like even with your house. When you put it
Yes.
out there, you was like, I want this nice house to rent. And even though it wasn't in the location, but you saw what Saturn was saying. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And you see, and you was like you said, you and your son that did the ritual. Which one is this? Is this a Obatala Tahuti?
And this is the Pisces, the big one,
Oh,
the
okay.
oldest one.
All right. Yes.
Puppy eyed one.
Yes. And
He
see
don't want
that
you to see.
and that's the thing. Yes, all our children are spiritual, honey. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when you get one of them and tap in with that energy, you can manifest literally whatever you need
Yes.
and what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
Yes.
Come, Kiki. That's the low cancer like you. The low cancer.
Oh, really?
Come, come here. She ready to say hi. She like to talk about you all the time.
Hi. Oh, hey, goddess. Oh, she is beautiful. How you doing? I
You.
like
It's beautiful too. I'm doing all right. That's the little
yes.
cancer when I told you. The
Huh?
grand.
Yes. 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 I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's wonderful that these gifts are passed down to our children. That you
Yes.
can look in your children and in your grandchildren and see. I got a little 3-year-old granddaughter. This a little Taurus. Lord of mercy. Fiar mother going get calls every day when she starts school for lick down Smarty Picnic Road, because she is something else. But she has so much power that if she's watching the TV and her father come and he's like, it's time to shut it off. And all she got to do is turn and look at him. He start, clutching his chest. Okay? He gotta go lay down. She's only 3
3.
years old. You know?
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, so I mean this generation, man, yo, you see that baby let me tell you, they ain't gonna be not nice.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And see, with this fire element, things are going to change rapidly now because fire. Yeah. So you
Yes.
know what your Chinese element is? I'm a fire goat.
My Chinese one, I'm not sure. I am a Capricorn. My son is Capricorn. I
Okay.
didn't check it out. I think
Okay.
no, it's not the rat. It's something else.
Okay, I gotta look at the element because I'm a fire goat. So
Fire.
I'm right in line. And I've always worked with the fire energy. I've never resonated with the moon. Nothing wrong with the moon, but I just never felt it. It's always been the fire and Saturn and the sun type energy for me. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's some, like I tell people, just because you have a certain sign don't mean you resonated with that sign. They
Right.
say the sign resonate. My daughter is a Cancer, and I know she resonates with the sun and the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think you resonate more with the moon. Yeah, she thinks she resonates more with the moon. But like she said, like you always tell us, the moon is for something else, and
Oh yeah,
and
that's
all
all
sun energy.
that hidden power. That's the
Yes,
subconscious realm. That's the
conscious.
unseen realm. That's not seen, but it's felt.
It's felt.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
The emotion, more on the emotional side.
yes, yes,
Because I resonate with the sun more too, but now I'm trying to learn how to balance the both.
yeah.
So yeah, just work with the sun in the sun time and then work with the moon at the nighttime. So I always do the little Baphomet as about so below.
Listen, you see the Baphomet here, and this the little one, because I got a big
I
old one.
love it.
Yeah, but mom's in the house and
You
but
saw
she,
it?
but she good. She good. I thought she was gonna come down here and read her Bible because she powerful too now. And
Yeah, oh, I know.
listen, I don't want you to be reading no damn Bible scriptures on me now. You know what I'm saying? But she's been so cool. I think it's coming in the house and seeing how peaceful it is.
It
You
is
know?
peaceful.
Yes,
Yes.
and we're not the type of bulkers that have people running in and out, running in and out, running in and out, running in. No,
I
our
never understood that.
no, I can't. No, my home is sacred.
Mm-hmm. That's where you lay your head, and then you're not gonna come and drop off your bad energy in
No,
here.
no, no. You're not coming over here with your foolery.
Mm-mm.
Because even the stuff that I work with, that's really, you know, deadly. It's kept outside. It's not in
Yes.
here. You know? Yeah. Oh, sis, you see the blue sapphire?
Ooh, I love that.
Yes, and I put it on my. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. I was thinking about getting a bigger one. I was thinking about getting a bigger one. Yes. How have you been feeling with this eclipse that just took place?
Some people say they've been drained, but I'm kind of more energetic now. When I've been like very energetic, but when I go to rest, then I'm out completely.
See, I haven't been drained, but what it is, I feel like I'm wide awake, lucid dreaming.
Yes,
And then it's bringing back a lot of nostalgia of me 20 years old walking down a certain street in Boston in a building right there and the feeling it brings back and yeah. It's crazy. I feel loopy. It's like I'm high. Like I'm
yes,
high. And then of course the blue sapphire that
the
that
sapphire.
that is one of the most powerful stones that resonate with Saturn because if you notice all them royals where
Yes,
Princess Diana wore blue sapphire, and that's what the other one, his wife, is wearing now. They all wear the blue
the
sapphire.
blue sapphire.
And I
Mm-hmm.
had to go back and do some more research on the blue sapphire. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got to get back down with the blue. Because I had put down my blue sapphire for a minute. And then I'm like, oh
Yes,
no, it's time to pick that back up.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, because this is not my realm of expertise, because you're, one of the priestesses in my circle, and so you do the candles, the
Yes.
the mojo bags for love
Yes.
and protection
And prosperity.
and prosperity. Please listen, hit up my sister's site and get your stuff. You understand? Get your stuff, because that's not area what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have spiritualists that want to hone in on everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yes,
and you also do readings.
I do.
Okay, tell me about some of your ancestral, the story you told me about tapping in with the sister at the hotel and her father.
Oh no, that was at, okay, it was another, it was at a renter center actually. And I went there because I wanted to get a new bed set for this house. And it was, so, I forgot how we got on the subject. And, oh, I knew what it was. It was my bracelets. And she said her son was autistic and he cut up all her bracelets. And I said, oh, I said, you need to find one to ground his energy, because he's like 14 and 13, 14, somewhere around there, and he cut up all her bracelets. And then and I said, well, you never went on my site before? And she said, no, I never went on your site. And I said, well, I do psychic readings, deceased loved ones, and blase, blase. And she told me that her dad had passed away in 2016 or 17. Her mom passed away in 2005. And she went and got a picture. And as I'm looking at the picture, I already had saw what her dad looked like because I felt his presence. And he was so strong around her that I had to go to the bathroom. And so when I came back out the bathroom, I said, Amber, I said, you used to make your dad spaghetti? And she was about to tear up, and she was like, yes. I said, your dad he said he told me to tell you he misses your spaghetti. And she was like, what? And I said, yes. I said, you don't have a small little altar? I said, your dad is still around you. She began to just get full because she had to pull a cord on her dad because he was already dying. He wasn't going to come back. And if he did, he was going to be a vegetable. And she had to make a hard decision because she's the only child. And so it did something to her. And she said she hadn't been able to forgive herself. I said, your dad is around you because he wants you to know that he don't fault you for that. He's in a better place. And then I asked her in the car, I said, does your mother have curly hair? She said she does. She did. And I said, they're together. And she said, I believe it because my dad told me that when he passed away, he wanted to be in the urn connected with her mom. And he never got with anybody else since 2005 that said he was going to marry anybody because he told her that he knew he would never find another wife or a woman like her mom. So she had them in the low kissing swans, and they look like they're like it's a heart. And I said, so you have them together in the urn, but they're together in the astral realm. And I said, so they're protecting you. They watch over your children and everything. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, I'm interested in the deceased loved one reading. I said, well, you practically are just got one. And she always kind of helps me because I used to deal with Rent-A-Center a lot. So anything I need, she would give me discounted prices. And I said, so that's an exchange of energy right there. But your dad is around you. And he wants you to know that he loves you. And he does not fault you for that. And so all you have to do is start venerating them. I said, you know what they like to eat. You know about altars. You need a little small one, and he wants some spaghetti. Just the energy from it.
And see, that's the thing that people got to understand. In this day and age, we have the information now.
Yes.
Because we in the diaspora, and especially like Black Americans, unless you grew up in hoodoo, you really didn't have this knowledge. So now we know about the Orisha, the Loa, the Nkisi, the Abosom. We know about all of this. So now it's up to you to start to do the work. Because I was doing a reading for a sister the other day, and I'm like, your peoples are asking for like soul food. And she was like, wow, because I forgot who in the family. And I'm like, and like pecan pie or peach cobbler. And she said, I just made some. And I'm like, and you ate it all, and they sitting there looking for it, because how you know when you put it out, the next day you'll see it dry up. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Sometimes you see it
Yes.
dry up. Yeah, because I know I put some curry goat on my ancestral altar, man. The next day I came downstairs, that looked like that been sitting there for weeks.
They already took all the
They
energy.
took all the energy out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
this is why we light ancestral money for our
Yes.
ancestors, because as in life, so in death. They got stuff on the other side. They like to go to the store and eat, and they have the same thing over there.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
when we do this work, when we light the candles, when we do the incense, when we pour the libation, we elevate them. And this is all thanks for this information from our brothers and sisters on the continent. You understand? That
Yes.
brought in that, that made this knowledge available to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
And there's good and bad in everything. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of fuckery in the spiritual world, in the
Oh
spiritual
yeah.
community, the conscious community. And it's just, but now with Saturn and the fire energy,
Oh
you
yes.
better make sure that you are in line,
Oh
not
yes.
not caught out there, because mother is not playing. You see how these brothers are getting snatched up out of here?
Snatched up out of here. Mm-hmm.
Listen,
She not playing.
oh, there's some conversations to be had. That's why I put my priest out in front, because there's some conversation that I would like to have with them, but I know some of them are not going to be able to receive it,
Oh yes.
because they're not going to want to break these patterns.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the brother that went to Benin and got initiated and came back and died a week later.
Oh yes. She.
He
Mm-hmm.
said, don't be playing with these powers.
Nope.
And you talk, he who holds the power of mommy, boy, bye. Listen, no shade, but honey, no. Ain't no man gonna hold the power of the mother.
You what?
What? No, 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 no. And listen, when you tap into this power source, you got to come right. You
Yes, you
got to
do.
come correct. Because I'm
Yes.
telling you, do not be deceived. Goddess is not
It's
mocked.
not mine.
Listen, there was a time when you got away with playing with stuff. You know what I'm saying? And doing a bunch of fuckery. Try it now on the Saturn.
You
Try
can't.
it. Go ahead.
You
Try it.
can't. You cannot under Saturn. No, no.
If you notice, not even the Pope and their cabal of pedophiles that have been, because I read for a young Mexican brother out in Arizona that was an altar boy that was sexually molested by the Pope.
Molested. And they're
And he
disgusting.
went through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
You notice they don't come out and play with Saturn. They do Sunday. Sunday
Uh-huh.
worship. Sunday worship is not our worship.
Nope.
Saturn, because Saturn is where is going to discipline you. It's going to give you the power, but you're going to have to work for it.
You're gonna have to work for it.
You're going to have to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're ready to be the Kung Fu spiritual master. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Then you can do it. And this is what it is. We have no hidden agenda, because like I always have to tell folks, and you can co-sign, we're not here for clicks and like. Please like,
No.
subscribe, and share, because that's one thing I keep forgetting to say. That's why my channel isn't bigger, because I don't know if people think, well, maybe because in the cult channel, like Priestess might not want to share the video. Oh, please share all the videos. Share them. Like and
Share them.
subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe, because we're not here for any hidden agenda. We already have our power.
Yes.
It's to help you. Because when the woman is healed, the nation
The
heals.
nation is healed.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
This is a return of the divine matriarch.
Yes.
All over the world, baby. All over the world.
All over the world. Mm-hmm.
And you have better go back to respecting the divine, because this time you will not be able to throw her off her throne. You ain't going to wage war and take her stuff and supplant yourself in it, because as you can see, you can go to Benin and get initiated and try to wear that crown. Can't fit that. Listen, you can't fit that crown. That crown is too heavy.
It's too heavy.
That crown will kill you if you're not, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
it is what it is. And these brothers, I mean, we love y'all.
Well, we love y'all.
We love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we have sons, and we love our sons.
Yes.
We love our daughters.
Yes. Yes.
But because even my son Amun Ra, I beg him. I say, son, please, because he's a Taurus, and let me see, he's a Taurus with a moon in Aries and is rising in Leo, or no, he's a Taurus with a moon in Sagittarius, and his rising is either Leo or Aries. And Heru is a Scorpio with the Sagittarius moon and Aries rising. One of them is either Aries or or Leo rising. And Heru, he'll be fine. He's my
Oh, yes.
bug. But I'm in Ra. I'm like, please, son, please. When you go out there, do not. You know what I'm saying? And he's a good son. But there is that patriarchal thing that's in him that comes
It's
from
always
the
over him.
bloodline. And it's like, no, you not, them days are done. Them days is done. You know what
It's
I'm
done.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think you're going to go out there and get a wife and give her hell, she is not going to stay with you. She is not. And mother will have no problem yanking you up off of here. And I won't be able to do anything about it.
That's right.
Because I know even with my 22-year-old daughter, when she got with the guy, she's with her children's father. They have 5 children, and her chocolate thunder. And I did not approve of him. He was 35 years older than my daughter. I won't even go into that. And Spirit had to tell me, go sit your ass down. Go sit down, because she likes older men. And this is the choice that she has made, and she has to make her own choice. And what you gonna do after 5 beautiful kids? What the fuck you gonna do? Go sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We gotta be in obedience. We gotta walk in obedience.
Yes. We do. We do. Because they called us the rebellion nation for too long, and they don't realize the reason why we were is because we were snatched from what we knew. It was our roots. But now we got to walk in obedience, because I uploaded a video on my channel where Spirit was saying that it's time for us to turn back to our first love, and that is the mother.
Yes.
Even though they switched it around in the Bible, it is the mother. And that if the people who are called by her name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then she will hear from heaven and heal the land.
Listen,
and we are the land.
Listen, me just hear that scripture in my ears today. I was in the bathroom having a talk with self. It's the same thing. If my people will turn from their ways and heed my ways. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And when we read the Bible, we give it back to mother. It's like
Yes.
a Corey shell when Oshun came and said, you know what I'm saying? Oshun is your life. And I was sitting in the classroom, and she came and she pulled down the blackboard and she put the Odus, and she said, now you're going to start reading them. But they told me to take it back to mother. No shame to our brothers and sisters that gave us the knowledge. But she was like, use the older system and create a newer system that makes it more relatable to us in the diaspora. Because there's some in the older Texas, okay, if you pull a certain Odu, I'm just gonna use one, and this is Obatala Eji Ogbe or something, even though it has nothing to do with that. But I'm just using it as an example. Oh, you got to sacrifice a goat. Well, we in the diaspora, we don't sacrifice goats, and we on this
No.
path, we don't do any of that. We don't sacrifice chickens, none of that. That's all patriarchal, and that's the old way. And we have got to elevate these systems.
Yes,
We
we
have got
do.
to elevate them. And so when she said, okay, you get like this board here. Let me see. Okay. You get this board. Got a board like this to do the quarry shells.
Oh,
Yes, this can be at Zen and Meow on Etsy. Can you see that, goddess?
I can see it.
Yes, Zen and Meow. And so she told me, she said, when you throw the shells, if it falls on Scorpio, well, you're dealing with the underworld, the Oya type energy, Rishtagal and all of that. And then you got the numbers. We know what the number one, this is the first house dealing with Aries, the self, the
Aries.
second house, Taurus. Right. And so it's like, even though I can use like the regular tablero, whatever it's called, and do the shells, but it's like mentally having to put in my head east, west, north, and south and doing that. This is easier. Okay.
Okay.
And it's like, this is the way we're doing the older system, but
The oldest.
modernizing it in a sense. I don't know if that's a word, because I do not ever want to disrespect my brothers and sisters on the continent who, if it wasn't for them, we would not have this knowledge. I mean, let's keep it
Right.
real. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
but they gave me some downloads on how to, bring it back, because what she wants is to bring it back home. Like you said, if my children who are called by my name, we're not, because when they turn she into a he,
They did.
and it's no shade, but let's
No.
keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
We're bringing it back home to mother, because these are all her systems. Islam, Allah, Al-Uzza, and Manat. Christianity, you going through Mary. Judaism, you going through Shekinah. I don't care what system it is. The 7 classical planets, the 7 sisters. So we're even now in going back to Kemet, the pharaohs, females. They even found some of the Viking warriors were females.
Yes.
On dreadlocks, okay?
Yes.
Listen, the great cosmic mother, the Sibyls. We're just taking our stuff back. Because the mother is the one who determines the energetic signature of the race, the spiritual path. You
Yes.
have to go through her, because it is all ours. It is all hers, and give it back to her.
And give it back to her.
Because the theft is like in the Sibyls, the theft of the African the African prophetess oracles. Some of their stuff was given to Nostradamus and to others, and I see so many of these like so-called great philosophers. No, that's our stuff, dude.
That's our stuff. That's what I said about the Ankh. It's the woman and the man and the child. And they took it man, and a ghost.
Hello.
Yes.
Stop.
It is woman, man, and child.
Yeah. Stop it. Okay.
Yes.
And even with the Baphomet, this is all Saturn right here.
Saturn. I love Baphomet.
The underworld. Okay, this is the
Yes.
goat.
The goat.
Yes. This is the realm of Ereshkigal, Medusa, the Gorgons. You understand?
Yes.
And so it's no, man against woman and any of this. No.
No, it's not.
But it is what it is, and you got to give credit to where credit is due, and give her back her stuff that was stolen.
That's right. All the temples that they destroyed, so many.
Yeah, so many.
And then they wonder why the world is the way it is. The
Because we
respect
did
has to
that.
come back.
Because we did that.
We did it.
When Moses was going into Egypt saying, let my people go. This was black people enslaving other black people.
Black
Because
people,
what people
yes.
don't understand, the planet is grossly overpopulated. It wasn't that populated, so they had was to enslave other groups of black people and bring them in to build their great pyramids. I was even reading in the Bible where it was talking about, if the master give the slave a wife, and then after a certain time of him working free with no money, and he wanted to leave, he had to leave his wife and his children
Wife and
behind.
children.
So they can be slaves.
Yep. They still own them. That's crazy.
It's crazy. And that was we doing that to our own. So now you want to sit down over 400 years. You had the infant race that you taught all the fuckery that they have done, still doing.
Still doing.
Some of them, because it's not all of them. Let's keep it real.
It's not all.
And you know what I'm saying? And you want to sit down and moan about 400 years. Okay, we're done. We're over that now. Can we change this motherfucking narrative? Because you have done worse.
Yes.
Way worse. The atrocities. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So now we have got to move on.
It's time.
Yeah. So sis, let me tell the people your website and your YouTube channel. Please go and like and subscribe to my powerful sister's channel, because once I get through doing this mentorship program later on this year, she's a minister, I'm a minister, and we are going to be doing a female empowerment ministry for women.
They sent it.
Yeah! Yes. I know the men sometimes feel left out, but you think at some point we'll do something with the men? I don't know. I might get with my priest and do something for, the thing is with the male energy, because I used to teach a lot of them black magic. And the occult and stuff. And what happened was some of them ran off and became like little, what's the crazy one name? Nature Boy and King Noble, Most High, Almighty, or some fuckery. And then Mother said, when they come to you, send them in the way of the Tao Te Ching. You know what I'm saying? Because what they really need is to master their aggression, master their rage, master being so emotional.
Yes.
Because when they do that and they tap into their divine masculine and align themselves with their divine feminine, then they can be balanced. You know what I'm saying? And if you notice, the most powerful men walking this planet are the most humble.
The most humble.
These braggadocio, arrogant, fools out here. Because there was one that I really liked. He shall remain nameless. And I subscribed to his channel. But when he started disrespecting Kamala Harris,
yes,
I was to unsubscribe from his channel. I'm like, you got a black wife, you got black children, and this is how you disrespect the divine feminine? Now,
that's right.
I can't ride with you because, I'm looking and I'm like, shit, I might throw something on his ass. You know what I'm saying? So let me quickly unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy the level of disrespect, because even though I don't like Cardi B, what she stands for, because she is a practitioner. And I can hate on her prosperity skills, because if she not making millions, but being used by the industry to bring in this whoredom, this object. We're not our titties on our ass, and
that's right.
And because this is what goes out around the world, and you framing it underneath female empowerment for the younger generation. No, we're not doing that, because that's a lower vibrating energy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to teach them some real sex magic, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Of how to harness that energy and how to use it You know what I'm
That's
saying? To elevate, because you can use that energy and elevate like you done smoked a big ass spliff now.
yes,
And
yes.
and and there are, priestesses that were trained in the art of tantra. Because I was listening to one of my brothers. His name is Noble Ampu. He's an astrologer. And people,
Uh-huh.
please go and subscribe to my brother's channel because he's very powerful. I can't understand why he doesn't get as much view because I knew him from back in the day, back in 2010, when I used to roll with a spiritual crew down here. And he was talking about, like the sexual part of this that our people
Yes.
are completely locked out of. We're not even engaged in that part of it. And when we do jump on that part of it, oh, it's a wrap. Oh, it's a
It's a
wrap.
wrap.
Oh, it's a
Mm-hmm.
wrap when we jump on that. Cause
Oh, yes.
we know how to invoke some stuff from that energy.
Yes.
Woo child, woo child. Okay, when we jump on that too, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, because that's all ours, going back from Kemet with the goddess Tefnut. You know what I'm saying? The goddess of
Yes.
moisture, and how they did, all that sexual alchemy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? This is showing you
Mm-hmm.
how to use your sexual alchemy to heal, to
Yes.
elevate. You know what I'm saying? To center yourself. Your semen retention. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, all of that.
All of that.
Woo!
Yes.
I got hot here. Oh Lord. Man, just talking about that. Woo! I just got hot. Shit. I had a moment. Did you have a moment there too, sis? Woo! I just got hot thinking about that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Woo! Thank you, Goddess, for maturing, Tommy. I tell you.
Yes.
Amin Rahman, I took him to his 18th doctor's appointment. And when I tell you, the women, when they saw him, they were like sharks in the water. And I couldn't even get mad because, yo, me I tell you, in my 20s, yo, I know for man, son, me knock off one. So I couldn't even get mad. I couldn't even get mad. I was like, ooh, what girl I just got. Ooh, God. Yeah.
And he probably gonna be attracted to older women for real. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, probably because he done, it's kind of, he see me walking around naked all the time. And it's so funny. I can just get out the shower and I'm standing there butt ass naked. And he'll just come in and just having a conversation. And anybody is going to be like, what the fuck is going on? But it's just, nudity is like, it's natural. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
even though he throws shade on my body, you know what I'm saying? But it's natural. So he grew up seeing that. I remember Heru's teacher. He had contacted me, and I guess some little boy abroad, something in school with a naked woman, and they was notifying all the parents. And I'm like, shit. My son see me naked all the time. He ain't went blind, so relax. Okay, yeah.
People
Woo.
don't. They don't. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please,
But I'll
sis.
send you a waist bead because that one.
I need it.
I'm
Yes.
gonna send
You
it
make
because my
those? You make those?
I don't make them. I get them, the
Okay.
African ones, and then I bless them. And I had one of my spiritual daughters. She told me she knows she's dropping. We just had the little retreat, and she went home and her son said, "Mommy, you lost weight," and she just told me her mom said, "Olivia, you losing weight?" And it's the waist piece. I put two around her waist.
Okay,
I
because one sister was telling me about putting a little bit of baking soda the first thing I wake up in the morning and some lemon juice. And so I went and got this. But my daughter told me to do this with cayenne pepper with water first thing in the morning. So I'm gonna do the cayenne because my crazy ass, I did a whole bunch of like 2 handfuls of baking soda, and I'm like, girl, please, yeah,
Your daughter is right. It's the cayenne pepper and the lemon juice and the water, and then you can because the lemon juice itself is a cleanser.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
the cayenne pepper, because it's the spice, it wakes up some of the stuff in your body.
Okay. Yes, I need some waist bead because Oshun has been on me for the longest time to get some waist beads, you know?
I'll send you some.
Yeah, yes. And let me know if they're, I mean, shit, you the goat, so I don't know. What can I send for you? What can I do for you? What do you, you know, you need a reading, you read too, so I don't know. There's a sister that just contacted me about something. She thinks she has something, and if you don't mind, I'd like to send her in your direction so you can read her. You know,
Okay.
but I'm already booked up, and I don't think I have anything open. And I know you can tap in, and yeah. So I'm gonna give her your information. For
Okay.
her to come for a reading. So tell us again, your services and your website and your YouTube channel, like what the type of readings that you do.
I do regular psychic readings, and then I do the deceased loved one readings.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Because I don't know, a couple of the readings I think I might not want to do, like the Akashic Records. See, here's my thing. Okay. Akashic Records is fine, but what do you care about what you were in a past life? That's done. Focus on this life.
Yes.
So I think I might take that off, and the ancestral reading, that's cool too, but I don't know, I may let that go. I will see, because between the psychic and the spiritual consultation,
That too.
the metaphysical counseling, and the psychic readings, that's yeah. And of course, I'm gonna keep the ancestral reading because people need to know what messages their ancestors have for them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll keep that. But the Akashic Record, I think I might stop that. I don't know. I'll see. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to master this one. I'm getting there. The palm reading.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but I'm trying to master it now. But I can read a little bit of it.
I ain't even gonna be bothered with that. I know all the lines. This is your marriage line and your heart line and your lifeline and stuff, but I can't be bothered. It's just some things where it's like, okay, because I don't want to over exhaust myself.
Yes.
Because we're already mediums and oracles and psychics, and we can just be sitting down and just be getting downloads and shit.
Yes.
We don't have to tap in. We're already fully tapped in.
Yes.
So it's like I don't want to overwhelm, because it can be draining. Because I don't know, it wasn't you, it was Sekhmet El Ra. Now, when I was doing reading, that the obsidian no longer worked. It wasn't working anymore. And so I have the selenite bowl, and she said, put the black tourmaline in there. And I did that with the black kyanite. Some black kyanite, and the black kyanite, and it was like, okay, I could read now, and not get drained.
Yes.
We're opening up portals. And tapping in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it can be draining.
It can be.
Yeah. So yeah, and I need the waist bead to protect myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To protect the belly button area.
I'm gonna show you, sis. Don't laugh now. Don't laugh. But I wear all of these.
Yes. But you know
I
what?
wear all of these beads.
Yeah, but you know what? My other sister, Sekhmet El Ra, she wears them too. She wears about like 7 of them. Yeah. Yeah.
I got about 16 on.
But see, that's how our sisters on the continent do. You know what I'm saying? They wear a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And my ass don't have none on, and I need some on.
I'm gonna send you some. I'll get 3.
Yes.
And then one for the weight loss, one for the prosperity, and one for good health.
Yes, yes.
And I'll blast them all and send them. And I guarantee you're gonna see that stomach just.
Listen. I'm ready. I'm just ready. I'm just ready because you said listen, you said my man is coming, and listen, I'm just so, I can throw out these adult massagers. I can throw them away. So I got
Yeah, he coming.
my computer loud and my TV and throw on my Marvin Gaye and be in here. Yeah.
Manifesting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Lord. Oh my goodness. So please tell us your website again. The name of the website.
It is www.MsRoyalTheDivineOracle.com. And I do have an Etsy store, Ms. Royal's Magical Oils or Royalty Divine Botanica. Royalty Divine Botanica. And then the YouTube channel is Ms. Royal the Divine Oracle.
Yes. And her stuff is the truth, y'all. Listen, I'm a priestess, and you know what I'm saying? Her candles are thebomb.com. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she put is something in your hand. It's something in your hand. You know? Because who was it? My fellow sister witch, Lucia.
Lucia.
Candles to her because the company laid her off. And you gave her specific instructions. Don't light it yet. Just put it on your altar. And when she did that, she was getting offers and hits from I think in one day she got like about 6 hits. You know what I'm saying? And now fielding through the various offers to see which one she's actually going to do.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I know she told me she was looking, and then because she wanted to, I think she didn't want to go back to the company. I think she wanted to,
But see, even after your candle, because they laid her off, girl, when she put that on, the company contacted her and wanted to offer her another position in another department.
Yes. Ooh.
You know? Yeah. So,
and then she stayed with the company.
Yeah, because, to start all over again, a new environment, getting to know people's quirks and shit, and
yes.
I'm so glad I'm out of the work world. Ugh.
That's where I'm trying to get to. Well, I will get to, but
oh, you will. Oh, yes. Listen, we gonna make sure of it because this is also the age of the entrepreneur. This is the age of the businesswoman and the businessman. But what folks got to understand, for those of you out there starting your business, listen, it's like planting a seed. You have to invest in it and let it get time where your seed mature into a tree that bear fruit that you eat in due season. You know?
Sis, when you said that, it just blocked you out. I don't know if they're going to hear it.
Okay, well, when you start your business, it's like planting a seed that has to now grow into a tree.
Yes.
That bears fruits in due season. Now, you can plant a seed and the seed does not germinate.
Yes.
So now you got to go back and you got to till your soil. See, people don't understand this. Okay, you get a candle, but what's the energy around you? Do some cleansing. Take a spiritual bath. Cleanse your sacred. Because the reason why I was able to make like $7,000 lighting a candle, you know why? Because my altar was already fully activated.
Yes.
It was already fully activated.
Yes.
So anything I lit and put on there,
it's going to work.
Yeah. And so this is what it is. This is the age. Because, I went to Dunkin' Donuts today, and it was amazing that It was two people working there. And I seen, people quitting these restaurant jobs. I was reading something where Bernie Sanders was saying that the people working for tips, $2.13 for the last 30 years?
What?
What, for 30 years? Well, see, in the age of woke, because now you understand that you need these people. They are the backbone.
Of your company.
They are the backbone of your company. It's like McDonald's. People are going to be quitting left and right because you making $2 million a day with people coming in, and you only want to pay somebody what, $8.50, $9 an hour. They can afford a basic ass studio apartment or a used car. What the fuck are they coming to work working 12 hours a day for?
That's right.
That's slavery all over again. We done with that. This is all over the world because these people are, holding it together.
Yes. Yes. Jay, come here.
Yes.
This is the Osiris Tahuti one.
Oh yes, Osiris Tahuti. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, he is fine. How old are you? I got a daughter for you.
She said, how old are you? 13.
Okay, Hathor is 14. Okay, let's betroth them now. Okay. Because listen, even though she talking about she LGBTQ or LMNOP, I don't know the acronym. It got too many for me to keep track of. I think that's a phase she going through. When she was younger, she swore she was gonna marry her teacher. One of her teacher, Mr. James or something, and now all of a sudden, I don't know. It remains to be seen. We'll see. But if she is not, because I feel like with the younger kids, it's a phase. It's a fad. It's a fad. Not a phase, but it's a fad. Everybody want to, because she got these friends that they're trans, and this one, and I'm like, okay, it just seems like it's a fad. So we'll see. But if she is not that way, then
we can do
yes. But we powerful genes.
And we gotta watch them teachers too, because when my oldest son was younger, they gave him a little bag, and he came home and said, "Mom, look at my toy bag." I said, "That's a purse." And
Listen, and I had to sit one of the counselors down because if I need to go to counseling to deal with an LGBTQ or whatever child, and I'm like, listen, I don't need no counseling to deal with my own child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't have a problem with whatever path my daughter chooses. But what you're not going to do is make me seem like, you know what I'm saying? I got a problem with my child. You know what I'm saying? We don't roll like that. You understand? We accept our children whatever path they choose. But
that's right.
You're not going to come with your conditioning and your agenda. You know what I'm saying? And make me seem like I got a problem. And I just sit her ass all the way down.
That's right. And she needed to be set down.
I had to go full Jamaican. I stopped speaking in English, girl. I switched to Patois. Okay? I switched to the raw Patois. What are you saying? Oh, let me translate for you. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. All right, goddess. So this has been a wonderful powwow. So who's gonna upload this? Is it me or because I think your daughter said something, or I get Hathor to upload it?
Okay.
And then send it to you, and you can put it on your channel.
Okay. Because it has a share on here.
It does? Okay, so share it to your channel. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna title it a collab with the Miss Royal, the Divine Oracle.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Please text me your website, so I can put it on the bottom. I have it, but text it to me because you know I'm not a techie, and I'm gonna scream for Hathor in a minute to come get this stuff.
I'm sending it right now.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, text me if you want to. Oh, that was me. Okay, so,
And the YouTube channel.
and the YouTube, okay.
Yes, because we about to have our own Nubian Psychic Network, okay? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And there's Miss Neoshi, you know, that do the past life regression. You know what I'm saying? And then I have a sister, Aries. Her name is Asha, powerful Oya priestess. You know what I'm saying? Prophetess, all of that. Yo,
Okay.
yes, yes,
I like that.
yes, yes, yes,
I'm sending you everything right now.
yes.
And then Oya used to come to me when I was young.
Yeah.
At first, being in the Christian ministry, I was like, that was Jesus? It was like a gray robe. She had something gray, not gray, purple, with one of those staffs, and she was twisting it, and she said, I will protect you. And from that point on, it was tornado dreams and stuff. When she wanted to show me changes were coming, it was like that. And I was very, very into Storm on the X-Men ever since I was little. So I was like, I wonder why I like Storm so much.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I used to have them dreams too, and be by the river, and this woman in the river, voluptuous woman. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Yes.
surprised when I got initiated but when I got initiated in Ifa, they said all the Orishas was fighting over my head. And they said Oshun and Shango won out. So I was like, okay, because I always like the lightning. Ooh, when it's lightning and thunder and
Oh, yeah. And that's my papa, too.
yes, yes, yes,
Shango.
yes, yes,
Yes, that's my pops.
yes,
Shango.
guys.
And you couldn't tell me it wasn't, who that I thought it was? Obatala? I think I thought it was Obatala, and then found out it was Shango.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think I walk with there. You know what? The reality is we walk with all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Juan won't say hi. He got on a shirt that need to retire.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm re-braiding his hair.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm fine, yourself?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I
She
love
loved that. She said that make her sound old. Don't call her ma'am.
Yeah, like
Yes.
my grandkids, I'm like, Mimi. Yes, nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goddess. Yes.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
He's a mess. Okay, I'm sending you the Etsy right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then the last thing I'm gonna send is the YouTube channel.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
But I love this. Listen, you know we can go on and on.
Oh, we can listen. You know, you and I have been on the phone till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
my
y'all
did not
know?
sleep at all last night. I just fell asleep, I think, around like 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your body just needed the rest.
Yeah, it's this eclipse, and they said this energy is gonna last for the next 6 months. I'm
6
telling
months.
you, I just feel like lucid dreaming while awake. It's
Yes.
the wildest shit.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah, man, and this blue sapphire, man, I'm telling you, it is amplifying some energy, man.
Some energy. It is.
Oh,
Because like I said, I was like energized, like really energetic.
yeah,
And then I'll just, when time to go, like time to rest, I crash.
yeah, yeah.
but I love it.
Yes. All right, goddess. Yes.
Oh my goddess.
Yes, man. So you have a wonderful evening. I'ma scream for Hathor to get this ready and yeah. And,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you can share it on your end.
I think I can share it. Did you want me to wait till you add the other stuff, or I could just share it?
Yes. Wait till I add the other stuff.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
goddess. Have a wonderful evening. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Yes. Hathor! Hathor! Come here. Okay, so we are going to... Yep. Please tell me I didn't mess it up. Logitech Capture? Which one? Is it this? Is that it? And I need to add some stuff to it. Can you add the stuff for me? Huh? You need to add what? Like her website.